It's the Silent Reviews here, and I'm going to be giving you my predictions for Hell in a Cell coming later tonight. So, we start off with the pre-show, and we have a Cruiserweight 6-man tag team match featuring Lince, Dorado, Cara, and Cedric Alexander taking on the team of Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Ariya Davari. Of course, it's going to be a fun match to watch. Of course, it's the Cruiserweights. And yeah, it's just going to be a pretty good match for the pre-show. I kind of don't understand why this matchup is on the pre-show when it should really be on the main show. I feel like instead they should have had Bayley and Brooke on the pre-show. That's just my opinion, and I'm sure others would agree. Others would disagree. It's just, that's just how I feel about it. I'm going with Lince Dorado's team to win this one, just because I like them a lot better than the heels. Just because I'm not really a fan of Drew Gulak. Tony Nese is impressive. I just feel like he should be a face instead. I don't know why he's a heel. And who's the other guy? Ariya Davari. No one really likes him. Let's just face the facts. No one really likes him. So I'm going with Lince Dorado's team to win. Now we move on to the main show. Bayley versus Brooke. This is a rivalry that's been, going on for weeks now, and it's just been kind of getting boring lately. Just because Bayley deserves so much better than this. Like, she was just in a title match at Clash of Champions, and just over a month later, she gets thrown into this ridiculous feud with Brooke, which is just not cool. And just like this past Monday night, they had a freaking arm wrestling match. And whenever they put an arm wrestling match on a wrestling show, it's always going to be cringeworthy, and that's exactly what it was. So, yeah, that was a bad move the WWE did there. I have no idea what they're doing with Bayley right now. Hopefully, Bayley defeats Brooke tonight just to end this feud and see what else is in store for her, because she deserves so much better. As far as Brooke goes, I don't know what the hell they're doing with her either. They're just really trying to toss her down her throats. That's all they're trying to do here. Yeah, that's just what I think about it. Moving on, we have the Cruiserweight Championship match. Brian Kendrick challenging TJ Perkins once again for the Cruiserweight Championship. I've been enjoying this rivalry. Some people really haven't, just because, they just really don't like it. But it's a Cruiserweight. Like I said before, it's the Cruiserweights. Everybody loves seeing the Cruiserweights go at it. And so I'm thinking that TJ Perkins is going to retain once again, just because it could end the feud with Brian Kendrick. It could give him a new challenger for the Cruiserweight title coming up. However, Brian Kendrick winning the Cruiserweight Championship, I wouldn't mind that either. Like, it was just cringeworthy what we saw on Monday Night on Raw, where Brian Kendrick was literally begging TJ Perkins to let him win the match tonight, which is kind of ridiculous because he's a veteran, and guys like that who've been around in the WWE for such a long time should not be begging to win title matches. They should win on their own because they need to earn it. So I'm thinking that TJ Perkins is going to retain the title tonight. Like I said, I don't mind if Brian Kendrick wins the title either, but it could go either way here. So I'm going with TJ Perkins. Moving on, we have a tag team match featuring Enzo, Amore, and Big Cass taking on the Club, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Another feud that's been it happened in the past. Then they kind of forget, they kind of like ended it, and then all of a sudden they just bring it up again. So yeah. Don't know what they're doing with Enzo and Cass here. I don't know what they're doing with the Club here. WWE really needs to step their game up here, especially on Monday Night Raw, because SmackDown Live is just kicking ass every single week. Yeah, so they really need to fix something here with the tag teams, because they really haven't done much with the tag team division besides the tag team championship match, which we'll talk about that in just a few moments. So, it's really going to be nothing special. It's just going to be a normal tag match. I mean, of course, Enzo and Big Cass are going to do their awesome promo before their match with the club. And, you know, whenever they're on the mic, you have to just shut up and listen because they're just so damn entertaining. Like, it's not even funny. So, I'm going with Enzo and Big Cass for the win. Moving on, we have the Tag Team Championship match featuring Cesaro and Sheamus. Yes, they're a tag team. For those of you who haven't been watching for a while, they are teaming up to take on the New Day for the WWE Tag Team Championship. And I'm not going to lie, I thought this was a stupid idea at first. You know, that McFoley made this best-of-7 series between these two guys. Two of the, like, toughest guys on the roster. They just went back and forth at it for, like, several weeks. And then finally, it turned into a big draw at Clash of Champions last month. And now, all of a sudden, they're teaming up and they're fighting for the tag titles. It really wasn't expecting this, and I just wasn't really into it at first. But now, after seeing, you know, what's been going on for the past few weeks, you know, first we have Cesaro in a match. Remember the New Day, and Sheamus is on Facebook Live, just ignoring Cesaro's match, which is pretty funny. And then the next week we have Cesaro doing the same thing with Sheamus, while Sheamus is in a match with Big E, and Cesaro's on Facebook Live. And then the next week after that, which was this past Monday night, they ended up fighting the New Day before their title match tonight, and that was an awesome match. So if you thought the match on Monday Night Raw was good, just wait until you see tonight's match. Now, it was Cesaro and Sheamus who picked up the win on Raw. Surprisingly, they did. And they actually worked well as a team, not going to lie. They actually worked well as a team. They are still not on the same page. Like, they hate each other's guts. But, you know, they don't in real life. This is just storyline-wise. But, yeah, they hate each other's guts, and they can't stand one another, so it really just spoils up between the two. But they were able to pick up the win, which was surprisingly good. So that's good for them. However, I don't think they're going to win the matchup tonight, just because what I feel like is going to go down is they're going to work together for the most part of the match, and then towards the end, I feel like either Cesaro is going to turn on Sheamus, or Sheamus is going to turn on Cesaro. Most likely, Sheamus will turn on Cesaro and just bro kick him, and then that will leave New Day to pick up the win with the Midnight Express or Midnight Hour, whatever the hell it's called. Something like that could happen, or they actually could have a competitive matchup like they did on Raw, but this time the New Day would win. So it really, really depends on what happens in the match. I love both teams here. However, I think the New Day should retain, just because Cesaro and Sheamus, they won on Monday Night Raw, so it's obvious the New Day are going to retain tonight, and that's just how it is. That's just how it goes, guys. Yeah. So let's get into the 3 Hell in a Cell matches. This is going to be one hell of a night. So we got not 1, not 2, but 3 Hell in a Cell matches, and each of them are for a championship. We're going to start off with the United States Championship match inside Hell in a Cell, featuring the new United States Champion Roman Reigns defending the belt against his arch rival Rusev. And this has just been an awesome feud. I've really been enjoying it lately. It's just, I mean, these guys have just been pulling off one hell of a performance. You know, like, just the matches they've been having is just awesome. Some people thought that Clash of Champions, when Roman won the title, they thought that match was kind of boring. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of was at first, but then it just got better at the end. It's how it normally is with 2 hard hitters like Roman and Rusev. They just start off slow, and then towards the middle and end, they just get it into a good match between the two. Excuse me. So Roman and Rusev are going to have an awesome match tonight. If you thought that this... So here's what's going on. So last year in Hell in a Cell, Roman fought Bray Wyatt in one hell of a match, and it was probably one of the best matchups of the night. Last year's Hell in a Cell. It could go either way tonight. It could be another great match between Roman and Rusev. It probably will, most likely. But I guarantee you, it's got to be Roman Reigns that's going to retain the United States Championship, because I overheard the rumors saying that he was going to hold on to the United States title until WrestleMania, towards the WrestleMania, somewhere like that, which I don't mind at all because I love Roman Reigns. So yeah. So Roman's going to pick up the win here. That's what I think. Hopefully Rusev doesn't win, just because, I don't think he deserves to be champion. Like, he's held the title for a long time. Ever since he won the title back from Kalisto, it really just, he pushed Kalisto down from the mid-card to, like, the jobber card, and no one's seen Kalisto, since on SmackDown Live, because, he was just supposed to be having a feud with Baron Corbin for like a few weeks, and the matchup just never happened. So yeah, no one's ever seen Kalisto since, which is sad, because they should really move him up to Raw and have him be in the Cruiserweight division just like Sin Cara is. So yeah, it's just how I feel about it. So yeah, Roman is going to retain. That's what I think. Next match, we have Sasha and Charlotte Flair. I don't know why she's going by Charlotte Flair now, but she just is. So Sasha and Charlotte are going to be fighting for the women's title for the first time ever inside Hell in a Cell. Now this is one of the matchups I'm really looking forward to tonight, besides the two other Hell in a Cell matches and the tag team match. This is just going to be incredible, because this is the first time ever the women of the WWE are stepping inside Hell in a Cell, this demonic structure. And just the thing I loved about it was Raw, because they had the contract signing, and Mick Foley he was fired up. He was just trying to get these two to understand what he went through inside Hell in a Cell with the Undertaker, and just it was just a brutal match, with Undertaker in 1998. And no one will ever forget it. It was got to be possibly one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches ever in the WWE, and no one's gonna ever top that off. I guarantee you, no one's gonna ever top that off. Maybe Brock Lesnar and Undertaker from 2002, but either way, I think that was just one of the best Hell in a Cell matches I've ever seen in my life. Because just because Foley got tossed off the Hell in a Cell. And then not only that, but he got chokeslammed through the Hell in a Cell right afterwards, which was crazy. And he lost half of his ear, and he still managed to freaking survive in the match. Even though he lost, it was just a brutal match. And anyways, Sasha and Charlotte, it's going to be one hell of a match. I loved every single one of their matches they had, just like Roman and Rusev. It's going to be a hell of a match, and I just think that Sasha's going to retain. Just because, she recently just won the women's title back from Charlotte after just coming back from injury. And it would make no sense if they just keep playing hot potato with the women's title, because why are they doing that? They really shouldn't do that. I can understand the first time around where Sasha's injured and then Charlotte takes the title back, but this time Sasha's got to retain. That's just how I feel about it. And now we move on to the main event. Kevin Owens defending the WWE Universal Championship against the man, Seth freaking Rollins. How do I feel about this feud? I love it. These championship feuds are just like incredible. They just never disappoint us, especially the women's Hell in a Cell match coming up tonight. Like, that's just gonna be so good. But Owens and Rollins, these are two guys that just battle one another back in like ROH or just the indies and wrestling, and they just they just tore the house down in the indies, and their match at Clash of Champions, I was expecting it to be a great match, and I'm not gonna lie, it was an okay match. It wasn't the greatest though. I was expecting a lot better out of it. So hopefully when they fight each other again tonight inside Hell in a Cell, hopefully we get a better matchup, and it just happens to be one of the best matchups of the night. But I'm not gonna lie, Kevin Owens, Universal Champion. I like the idea that they finally decided to give Owens the title belt. when he when Triple H helped him win. It's just because a lot of people were complaining that Kevin Owens deserved to be a top champion on in the WWE, and I couldn't agree more. So when Owens won the Universal title, I was so happy for him, but it's just he really hasn't been that great of a champion. Like I don't know how to say it, but like his championship reign has just been kind of like because like it's really been a whole three-way feud between Owens, Rollins, and then Jericho, because you know each time Rollins would fight Owens, Jericho would just get involved no matter what, and every time Owens, you know, would be watching Rollins and Jericho go at it, he would always get try to interfere and help Jericho win. But Jericho lost to Rollins not once, but not twice, but 3 times in a row to Seth Rollins. And you know what I think is going to happen tonight, I'm pretty sure that Jericho's going to get involved in the match, because why wouldn't he? He's Kevin Owens' best friend, so it's obvious he's probably going to try to intervene into the matchup. I don't know how he's going to get into the Hell in a Cell. He could, you know, there might be a possible chance where the referee's knocked out and Jericho, I don't know, sees the key, he grabs the key, and he opens the cell door and then possibly helps Owens retain or something like that, which I hope doesn't happen. However, I just feel like Jericho is going to get involved in the matchup, but he's not going to really do much, because I think he's probably going to either cost Owens the title or he's just going to help Owens win. A lot of people are saying that he's going to cost Owens the title because he's signed a new deal with his band Fozzy for 2017, and it looks like he could be leaving very soon, which I hope doesn't happen, because if you really think about it, Monday Night Raw has really wouldn't be the same without Chris Jericho, one of the best wrestlers of all damn time. So it really wouldn't make any sense if they were to lose Jericho, because you know he got so over with the list of Jericho, the "it's" word, the catchphrase, or whatever, and then his relationship with Kevin Owens, and you know just so many other things. Jericho has just been on a roll lately, and he's been putting over all the young talent here. He just like I really want. I'll be quite honest. I really want to see Jericho be a world champion one more time before he retires. But you know, the dude's 45 years old. He's one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and I just think he deserves one more title run before he hangs up the boots for good. So my final prediction is that Kevin Owens is going to lose the Universal Championship to Seth Rollins because of Chris Jericho, and then that will probably end the whole friendship between Owens and Jericho. So that's what I think is going to happen. So yeah, I really want Rollins to be Universal Champion just because he deserves it, and I think he'd make a better champion than Owens would. So yeah, there you guys have it. There are my Hell in a Cell predictions for tonight. I cannot wait for tonight's show. We got 3 Hell in a Cell matches back to back to back. I think it's going to be like that. You know, I think first they're going to have the regular matchups, and then they'll save the last 3 matchups. They'll save the last 3 matches to be the Hell in a Cell matches, which will probably be back to back to back. That's just how I think they're going to do it. It would kind of make no sense if they were to do it a different way, where they just have like regular matches, and then they have the first Cell in a Cell match, then have another match afterwards, and then do another Cell match. Like, it wouldn't make any sense if they do it afterward, like if they do it that way. So I think it's better to do it the way I said it, which just would be just do the regular matches first that aren't inside the cell, and then finish it off with the last 3 matches inside Hell in a Cell, which would be awesome. So there you guys have it. Leave me your predictions down in the comments below on who do you think is going to walk out victorious at Hell in a Cell in Boston, Massachusetts. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it. When I will be back with another video, maybe sometime this week to review Hell in a Cell. I'll have to double check. Alright guys, I'm getting out of here. do the honors, like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and most importantly, RKO that like button out of nowhere.